Greetings everyone! Today I'm making an announcement on an upcoming project I'm doing for this channel. Something to shake things up a bit. And the key to this project is something I bought recently. The OHare Media Live Gamer Portable 2 capturing device. For those unaware, what's interesting about this device compared to say the Elgato capture devices is game footage can be recorded without a PC, provided you have a micro SD card handy. And I'm sure I'll get comments about, you should be using this device and what about your PC specs? Now folks, I've looked into a lot of options, and for right now, this is the best option for my purposes. I've tested this device on a few different game consoles, and the results are what you're going to see today. I'm going to elaborate on my plan once I've started the game footage. I'll also be speaking off the cuff, so there may be some stuttering and the like, just to let you know. Okay, here we go. Okay, here is footage from Sonic Mania, specifically the Switch version, as it's the current gen console I have, no PS4 or Xbox One. As you watch me go through Green Hill Zone, I'll explain the project. It's a series of game retrospectives. I know what you're saying. That's it? That's all you're doing? There are plenty of other YouTubers out there that review games. What will you bring to the table that they haven't? I'm going to be upfront. I'm doing this just as much for me as well as all of you. I'm not getting any younger, and I want a chance to look back, review, and reflect on the games of my youth before I put them away for good. Now, if you follow me for a long time, I have recorded games in the past. But the method I used was a DVD recorder, using audio-visual cables. Now, I was going to use this method again, but as I get higher resolution televisions, the mediocre video quality really shows. So that's why I've decided to get the OHare Media. Now this device will not be perfect, no device is, but for the purposes of capturing game footage for reviews, it will work. I said earlier that this thing doesn't require a PC to record game footage. It does have that option available, if people want to use it like an Elgato. With me, all I have are laptops. I've been using laptops for many years. Part of the reason I've chosen the OHare Media Live Gamer 2 is I've experimented with other capturing devices in the past. The HogPog I had worked, but there was that problem of audio desyncing, which means I had to adjust either the audio or the video. Boy, that was fun. I also had an Elgato 60. Problem is, the footage was choppy at times. Could have been the laptop I had, could have been because I bought a refurbished Elgato online. Ultimately, both times I went back to the DVD recorder. It was more reliable, it got me the footage I needed, ripped it straight from the disc onto my laptop, and I'm all set. Well, no more. And you're probably sick of me talking about all this behind the scenes technical gobbledygook. I'm sorry, but I'm really excited about doing this. If you're afraid that I will stop reviewing comics and cartoons, don't be. This is something new I'm adding to the pot. This channel's getting close to 5 years, and it's good to shake things up every once in a while. It keeps things fresh. If you happen to stumble through my video backlog, I technically did game reviews before. One for Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy, and Mega Man X. Looking back on it now, those reviews were meh, at least to me. You, on the other hand, might have found some enjoyment in them. But that's what years of doing these reviews does. Makes one seize the flaws in the earlier work. And here I go again, rambling on about things you may or may not be interested in. One thing people may ask is, will you be doing Let's Plays again? I'll go ahead and address this. As of this moment, no. Part of that is due to focusing my energy on reviews, hence the retrospective reviews. I figured it'd be a nice compromise. Another reason I haven't gone back into Let's Plays, well, remember what I said earlier in this video, that I said I'd be speaking off the cuff? Yeah, that was a lie. Not intentionally though. I tried recording over this footage numerous times before now, and it always devolved into incoherent rambling. A lot of the time it's because I have trouble thinking what I need to say on the spot. A problem that, I fear, is getting worse over the years. That's why good old pen and paper exists, to help focus my thoughts better. I write down what I need to say, record it, and edit out the flubs. Even now, I'm doing this process for this very video. So yeah, not only are you getting a confession from me, you're getting some behind the scenes trivia in the process. Again, my retrospective reviews are, at least to me, a compromise, and a way of saying, I'm sorry I cannot resume Let's Plays. I will try to take it upon myself to give games that I have Let's Played in the past the retrospective treatment, and I will go out of my way to record new gameplay footage. It's going to take a long while, just FYI. As an aside, I want to briefly comment on what's on the screen right now. I'm still amazed that the boss of Green Hill Zone is the Death Egg robot, the final boss of Sonic 2. Though the advantage Sonic has this time is the space is not confined, though there's that cliff after a while, and Sonic has rings, unless you utilize Sonic 2's debug mode. What this also means is, I'm approaching the end of my Switch test footage, and so far, it's looking pretty good. Although there's video compression from my editing software, and YouTube's own video compression to consider. Anyway, this is a current gen console. I wanted to see how footage from a previously gen console would fare, but which one to choose? Also, which game to choose? Hey, you know what? I think I'll go with a console that utilizes 3D graphics like, the Xbox 360. That old thing hasn't red ringed on me yet. And which 3D game will I show off? It'll be revealed once the cutscene with Sonic, Eggman, the Hard-Boiled Heavies, and the Phantom Ruby play out. Man, I want to do a retrospective review on Sonic Mania so bad. I had to stop myself from playing any further because I wanted to test out other consoles. But this game is so good. I have to applaud the development team for their efforts. The music, the graphics, and this right here. The designs on the Hard-Boiled Heavies really gives them character. I hope we see them again in the future. But it's time to transition into our next game. Wait for it. Bam! I'm doing Sonic Generations. Yeah, kind of a cop-out, but like I said, I've chosen something that utilizes 3D graphics, even if it plays like a 2D game. So, going from one Sonic Anniversary game to another, and it's Chemical Plant with Classic Sonic. Maybe I should have stuck with the Sonic Mania version after all. Well, I needed to see how the Live Gamer Portable 2 handles recording Xbox 360 gameplay footage. For the most part, it works. But coming up, there will be a moment where the footage freezes for a moment. It's when I head straight into the Mega Muck. You can't miss it. This reinforces what I said earlier, that the Live Gamer Portable 2 is not perfect. Hey, I'll gladly take a moment where it freezes rather than choppy footage or desynced audio and video any day. My original plan for recording the Xbox footage was to use RCA connector cables with an HDMI converter. The Live Gamer Portable 2 relies on HDMI cables for audio and visual input and output. In fact, it comes with an HDMI cable plus a USB cable for power. As I was setting things up, I noticed the Xbox 360 had an HDMI port. Yeah. In my defense, I played my Xbox 360 in the past with an RCA connector cable because, first, I was playing it on an older TV that relied on them, and second, the DVD recorder made heavy use of RCA connector cables. Oh, that moment I mentioned earlier is coming right up. The reason I've chosen Sonic games so far is you can pick it up and breeze through levels in no time. In my case, I haven't played Sonic Generations in a long time, but I was able to readapt to the controls quickly. Going from Sonic Mania to Sonic Generations, I definitely felt the difference between the classic Sonics. This one has a little more weight to it, I guess, as opposed to his Mania counterpart. Although, according to Sega, they're the exact same Sonic, which I don't get. Are there now 3 worlds? Modern Sonic's world, Classic Sonic's world, and the human world? Sega retcons are very confusing. And please do not complicate things any further by mentioning Blaze's world. Speaking of Modern Sonic, I recorded test footage of him, but only for one mission, the race against Tails in Green Hill Zone. Mainly because I like listening to this game's rendition of Supersonic Racing from Sonic R. That song also plays in the classic Sonic race against Knuckles. You know, the one with the giant badniks? I could have played that one, but I was done playing as classic Sonic, and I was curious to see how the Live Gamer Portable 2 handled Modern Sonic's boost. Anyway, after recording the Modern Sonic footage, I decided to test one more console, and I went old school for this one, breaking out the old Nintendo Entertainment System. For a time, along with the Game Boy, it's the console I had growing up. and it'll give me a chance to see the RCA cable to HDMI converter in action. Since there is no Sonic game for the NES, unless you count various ROM hacks, I needed to pick a game I was familiar with, one that you can choose a level, shoot various enemies, jump on a number of platforms, and fight bosses at the end. I know what some of you are thinking, this is just another lame setup for a Mega Man game. Understandable, given the content I reviewed for this channel. Like Sonic, I can pick up a Mega Man game and get back into the swing of things. I've had years of experience. I'm not going to do that this time, because how would you know I would not record an 8-bit game off the Mega Man Legacy Collection for the Switch? No, I needed a game that was never re-released anywhere else. A licensed game, in fact. The NES released a ton of licensed games, ranging from movie tie-ins like Batman and Back to the Future, to food-related stuff like 7-Up Spot and Yo Noid. Yes, these things exist, and I played them. This game I'm about to reveal was based off a cartoon series that lasted only one season, and I still have fond memories of today. It started as a comic series like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, had its own toy line like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this game was released by Konami. I wonder if that means anything. Anyway, everyone, let me introduce you to the one and only Bucky OHare. When it was not the likes of Mario or Mega Man, it was this game. Some of you might not have heard of this short-lived franchise, so I'll sum up the premise. In a parallel universe called the Aniverse, because it's populated by anthropomorphic animals, there's a war going on between the Toads, the main villains, and everyone else. Our main hero is the titular Bucky OHare, and he and his crew fly around space to thwart various Toad-related schemes. The plot of the game, as you're seeing here, has Bucky's crew members kidnapped and marooned on 4 different planets by the Toads, and it's up to Bucky to rescue them. The crew members include a one-eyed android named Blinky, a mystic cat named Jenny, a 4-armed duck named Deadeye, and a human named Willie DeWitt. Yeah, we need that connection to our world. Willie can enter the Aniverse thanks to a device he invented. Also, he's a kid. Yeah, a kid genius. Once rescued, you can switch between characters. Each of them have their own type of blaster. There is another crew member from the cartoon, Bruiser, the Beetlejuicean Berserker Baboon. Yeah, that's what he's called sometimes. He is not in this game, but considering this game is a platform shooter, and Bruiser is essentially the Hulk, it's understandable he'd be left out. The game is short. You go through the 4 planets, you rescue the crew, then you get captured by a Toad mothership and have to escape that. The mothership itself is reminiscent of Wily Castles. See, I can tie this into Mega Man if I need to. I'm not at my A game in this footage. It's been years since I last touched this game, and it doesn't matter anyway. This is more test footage. This brings up an issue that may not matter in the long run. The footage you see here, it's been altered. When I played back the raw footage, it was in widescreen. I don't know if it's because of how the Live Gamer Portable 2 records things, or my television, and I've adjusted the TV to the 4:3 aspect ratio. Again, it's not a big deal to adjust the footage like I have here. I was just hoping there would be an easier solution to this. Well, it's time to wrap things up. I hope to get this retrospective review series up and running in a month or 2. Before anyone asks, I've already got a long list of games in mind. So thanks for joining me as you watch my recorded footage and listen to me shoot the breeze. Have a good day, everyone.
I've arranged for you to meet my